Probably wondering why I am outside on the Wednesday walking towards the train station going to the hospital. Oh god, so let's take a stop for a minute. Okay. Oh god. But I have a blood test today and P.I.C.C Line care. They haven't taken out my P.I.C.C Line yet, and I had some bloods. I think it was because I was having some really bad nosebleeds last week. They seem to have calmed down slightly this week, but they're not gone. They've not gone. And I kind of think they want to see where my body is after the end of treatment, and then I won't have another blood test until another 3 months. So every 3 months now I will have a blood test, and I think that's just to see, I'm guessing, how the Herceptin's doing and how my body's responding and bouncing back after treatment. So I'm on my way to the hospital. Today's Wednesday the 7th. As you guys probably know, with what's happening in the news and stuff like that, I'm not going to get into it too much in this vlog, but yeah, it's pretty scary. But at the same time, I'm not going to let these people stop me from going to the hospital for my appointments, because yeah, my life is important to me, and I need to make sure that I'm around for a very long time. So yeah, I thought it wasn't quite warm today, but it's actually quite warm, and I've got tracksuit bottoms on, but I think I'll be alright, because I'm hoping I'll only be out for a few hours and then home. Yeah, so let's do this. Trying to take pictures of people's cars, eh? They don't even need what do you call it anymore. They just got the cars to take A and PR of people's cars. Right, let me get on the train, because I got about 35 minutes to get there. Appointment's done, bloods have been done, P.I.C.C Line dressing's been changed, and that took me, it's now 3:15, my appointment was 1:30, and I got to be here tomorrow at quarter to 3 is my appointment for my Herceptin. So yeah, we're about to make it home now. To be honest, I want to be making it home before these so-called planned riots start. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get something to eat from Co-op, and then I'm gonna head. Oh, my P.I.C.C Line is really hurting today. not infected or anything, but it's just very sore. So yeah. Kind of feel tired. I'm ready to go home. It's been a long afternoon. Finally back home. I've just got some salmon for dinner. I'm gonna have some salmon, rice, and I think a bit of salad. I've gone off veg. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I need to kind of get back into my veg. I'm gonna slowly try and reintroduce it in the next few weeks because yeah, I've kind of fallen off with the veg, but I think that's just because my taste buds have been all over the place. So I'm starting to kind of taste food again, which is great. Some things are great, some things are not, so I'm kind of just sticking at the moment. As I said, I think I might have said it last week, I'm sticking with the things that I know I can eat, and the other things I'm kind of just picking and trying, and if it's a no, it's a no. But I've eaten 2 decent meals in the last 2 days. I'm really proud of myself. Because for the last few weeks I haven't really eaten a decent, when I say a decent, I mean like a nice size of salad, and some kind of protein and maybe a little bit of carbs. I haven't been able to stomach most of that stuff, and if they have, I've been picking. But yeah, from Thursday I kind of had something Thursday after I had my treatment last Thursday, and then by the time I got home Thursday evening, as I said earlier, I couldn't taste anything. So I've kind of just been picking since Thursday. So I had a decent meal yesterday. What did I have yesterday? I think it was salmon fish cakes with some crushed new potatoes and some tomato, cucumber and avocado, and I actually ate that. I finished that and was able to taste, actually able to taste everything on the plate, which was interesting. The fish cake, yeah, I was, but not like I was before. And then the day before that, I think, what did I have for dinner? I don't even remember what I had for dinner the day before. It might have been some fish again, and I think I had a craving for something sweet, so I had some sweet potato fries, and salad again, cucumber, tomato and avocado. Listen, I didn't have any lettuce because lettuce is hit and miss. Sometimes it tastes good, sometimes it don't, so I stick to what I know at the moment. But I'm hoping by next week this time, the taste buds would have slowly come back. I mean, well, I say slowly, but started to come back. I think because I had some bad experiences over the last few weeks with food. I was saying this to my mum yesterday. There are just some things that now when I taste it, my brain, or even when I think about tasting it, my brain goes, that don't taste good. And one of those is chicken, funny enough. One of those is chicken. I had some chicken a few weeks back, and when I ate it, oh, it weren't nice. And now every time I think about having a piece of chicken, I'm like, no. I mean, it's not a bad thing because I think going forward I will be following a more plant-based diet once I've kind of got my taste buds back and I can kind of eat a variety of food, because that's the problem at the moment. I can't eat a variety. Once I can start going back to eating a variety of food, I definitely feel like I am going to be following. I don't think I'm going to be totally plant-based. I'll probably be pescatarian again, because I do love some fish. I think I could probably do without chicken, and I could probably do without meat, but I think the occasional piece of fish, I don't know if I could do without that, but I definitely will be following a more plant-based diet. Who knows, I might even fully go all the way, but I'm definitely going to be looking at, I don't consume, and you know, this is
maybe something I will do a video on at some point. I don't consume a lot of sweet things. I realize that there's moments, and I don't know if it's usually around that time of the month, that I tend to crave sweet things. But I feel like in the last year I've really worked hard on my sweet tooth, and whereas I was somebody who could eat biscuits, cakes, sweeties, all of that good stuff. Well, not good stuff, it's not good stuff, it's bad stuff, all of that bad stuff. But now I'm not so much. If I have a craving for something sweet, I can usually have a piece of fruit now, or one of those like naked bars, and I'm okay. I don't really think about it. So I think that's definitely something I'm gonna work on. I really want to find some recipes as well for kind of for desserts that are kind of a little bit more healthy, and you don't feel so guilty. But I'm kind of in the mindset that I'm not going to restrict everything. I am going to look at my diet. It's going to be overhauled, there's no doubt about that. And the other one is exercise. So yeah, I do know there's some stuff that I've been, you know, doing some research on, and those two things I definitely do need to get moving more, and I do need to kind of look at my diet more. At the moment, I'm just being grateful that I can actually eat and not feel sick, which has been great the last 2 days, although yesterday I did feel a bit sick, but today I haven't felt so bad. Sorry people, I'm going for a hot flash while I'm talking to you, and
I'm baking like a toasted cheese here. It's so hot here.
It's hard to focus on anything else when your body is feeling like hell. Like you just, everything, I don't know if you can see it on camera, maybe you can because of my glasses, but I'm getting hot everywhere, and my head is yeah, it's not very nice. It's not very nice. So, but yeah, I was due to have a vlog go up today. It's gonna be a bit late, so I'm gonna try and finish it off now, and then once I've finished, I'm gonna do some dinner. I had a lady message me on my shop and was like, are you selling these stickers anymore? It was a rainbow sticker with the word grateful underneath it. I have two of those actually. I have a thankful and I have a grateful one, and I was like, yeah, I just haven't restocked them. To be fair, my shop has kind of taken a back burner in the last few months, and my creativity has kind of taken a little bit of a knock the last few months, funny enough. I just haven't had the energy, I haven't had the brain power, and I've just kind of left things in the shop that is in stock and been going along. But there are a few products that have gone out of stock, that have sold out, that I do need to stock. So I did say to her, look, I'm going to try and make them by the end of the week, and once I've restocked them, I'll email you, and once the listing goes live, I'll let you know. She was really, really grateful. She's already bought one, funny enough, and she's now buying another one because she put it on her car, and I think the sun faded, which was good because she didn't say that it got wet or anything like that, but it was the sun faded the ink, which kind of makes sense, I think, because of the type of ink it is. I'm going to do some research though, and this is on the sidebar, to look into weatherproof materials, or even printers who can print stickers that are weatherproof, because I think it's quite, I kind of never thought about anybody putting my stickers and my designs on their car windows. I never kind of thought about it. I always thought it would be like on laptops, maybe on books, you know, water bottles, things that kind of don't have that much exposure to the sunlight. But she bought something that kind of called to my attention, which is great, it's amazing to know, and it's kind of put a smile on my face to know that something that I created and something that I designed and made at home, number one, first traveled all the way to the US, and then obviously for the last few months somebody's been driving around with it on their car, which is, yeah, it's put me in such a great mood, and it's put a smile on my face, because you know, you never kind of really think about, when people buying your products, how far they're going, where they're going. Like, I've sold quite a few things that have gone to America, which is really amazing, but it's just that knowing that something that you came up with, something that your brain thought of, that you sat down and drew and designed and actually physically made, yeah, somebody has it all the way in America and was driving around with it, and you know, people would have seen it, and yeah, it's a dope feeling. So she's kind of motivated me to get back and kind of pour in. I think chemo really threw me for 6, emotionally, mentally and physically, and I don't feel like I really had the motivation, which is really bad, but I suppose that's normal to kind of do things that I love. I think there were just some days I just did not feel myself. I just felt awful. I don't even know how to describe it. I kind of felt like I was having an out of body experience, and I just didn't feel motivated to really, you know, work on my shop, and I just didn't to be honest, I didn't have the energy. I also didn't have the energy, and I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I mean, some days I am waking up still feeling tired, and that might be down to my neighbours, but I think once I get a decent night's sleep, I think the problem with me, between the hot flashes or hot flushes, whatever you want to call them, and just the genuinely still having a lot of probably steroids in my body, until it's fully out of my system, I think I am going to struggle with the sleep. And I kind of know, because I'm being put through menopause, I also feel like that's probably gonna attribute to me not sleeping as well. So there's just a number of factors, but I really am making an effort to kind of get out of bed now, get downstairs now that we've started to move everything back into the kitchen, and the front room's starting to look, although this is still here, I need to finish the last few things that are on top of it. Get out, make an effort to kind of get out of bed and actually come downstairs. I think my son's home. So yeah, let me get on with doing this vlog, because I need to get it up, and I'll probably catch up with you guys a little later. I think I've rambled on enough.
I'm leaving my house yet again. I'm on my way out. I'm on my way to the hospital. I have my injection of Herceptin today, and I'm hopefully going to get the P.I.C.C Line removed. Yay! I know I went yesterday to have the dressing changed. I had to have it because the dressing I had on was a week old, and it's an open wound, and the wire is going straight into my arm. So to stop any infections, oh God, stop any infections, you have to get it changed, I believe weekly. And plus I had to give blood yesterday as well. So they needed the blood as a marker to start the new cycle of Herceptin by itself, and the next blood test I will need will be in 3 months time. So I'll have a blood test every 3 months while I'm on Herceptin until Herceptin is done. So I've got another 9 months of Herceptin, so another 3 blood tests to take. So I can be pricked in the arm 3 times. I'm cool with that. It's the being pricked every 3 weeks in the leg that I don't like. It does actually hurt. It's like getting stung by a bee. It's the only way I can describe it. Getting stung by a bee, but very, very slowly, because they have to do the injection very, very slowly. So yeah, I don't like it. But it has to be done. So Mum was supposed to be coming with me today. I don't know what my mum was doing today, but she has messed up with her timing, so I've had to leave without her. She said she's going to meet me up there. So yeah, but yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to make my way because I think I've got about half an hour. Oh, I've left my watch at home. I knew I felt naked. I'm not going back for it now. I'll phone Kyron and ask Kyron to give it to my mum to put in her bag to bring to me. So yeah, let me get on with it. That's not too bad. Guys, I am super excited. My P.I.C.C Line was removed today. Oh my gosh, my mum's dropping her water. So I just had my 5th cycle of Herceptin. Yeah, I had my 5th cycle of Herceptin today, and they were able to... How many?
13.
Did you count 13?
You said 5th, so it's 18 cycles.
Yes, I've got 13 more to go. Mum is right. 13. Another year. Next one's at the end of August, 29th of August. So, do you think I can have 2 weeks without any appointments at the hospital? Let's hope for it. Because this week, I've been here how many times? 3 times! And my bank balance could do with a break. But yeah, I'm hoping that I don't have any appointments, but I think I may have one for my radiotherapy. I think it stopped raining, Mum. Nope, spitting. I think I've got one more appointment to have, and I think they were ringing me today. We'll soon find out. So an appointment for my radiotherapy planning appointment. But technically, in terms of treatment, I don't have any more appointments now for another 2 weeks. I don't really know, you know, because I was saying to myself yesterday, I can't see the light isn't facing you, so you can't see if it's red or it's about to turn. Yeah, but it's not going to go if they're going, so let's cross. If they'd stopped, then I could understand. So because I'm only having the Herceptin, they took out my PICC line today, which feels amazing. It was very sore yesterday, so I'm kind of glad that it was removed today. Although it was very, very painful getting it removed. They don't actually tell you. They don't actually tell you. I don't think you guys are going to be able to hear me because of the drilling that's going on. And I don't have my mics with me. So 1 minute. My trousers are getting wet. Ooh, should have bought my hoodie. No, don't you dare. Just bought this bloody brolly. So, as I was saying, they don't actually tell you how it has to be removed, and I got told yesterday and it sounded quite painful. Now the joke is they give you general anaesthetic to give you the PICC line, but they give you nothing to take it out. Bearing in mind it's got 2 metal clips, not general, it's local anaesthetic, sorry, to get it put in, but you don't get a local to get it taken out. I'm going to go on the underground and I'll catch up with you guys when I'm out of the underground. So I was meant to pick up the camera, but I didn't. Once we came out of the train, it was raining when I got basically home. So we kind of just came home, and then my mum needed to go to Boots. So we went to Boots. I went to pick up some food and something to eat. And I thought, let me pick up a few things because she's not coming here. She's coming here tomorrow, but she's coming to collect something to go. She's not coming to stay. And she's not coming Saturday, and the next day would be Sunday. So I was like, let me pick up a few things today. I'm just going to shut this window because it's a bit cold. It's a little bit cold. She was like, let me do it today so that then I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the week. And she's only coming Sunday because I need to get a new printer for the business. I've got a little job that I need to, well, I've got some membership cards that I did last year. She wants me to redo them again this year. So the printer that I've got at the moment has been dying a slow death, and I've needed to replace it for a little while, and I've just kind of just been putting it off. I hope you lot can see me. I don't think this is gonna make much of a difference because it's getting dark now. It's that. Why is this not working? I think my light's blown. Kai, did you turn off the mains over there?
Oh yeah, I did.
Can you turn it back on? Why did you turn it off?
I didn't know your light was connected.
Yeah, it's run from it. 1 minute, let me do that. Yeah, I don't know if you can see me. It's not much better.
Actually, let me go to the window because there's a little bit of light left. You might be able to see me a little bit better if I go to the window. Right, that's better. So what I was trying to say was I need to get a new printer. So I did some membership cards for her last year for her and her association. So she wanted me to do them again, which is fine. But the printer that I have at the moment, the rollers are going and it's dying a very small slow death, and I need to replace it. So it's going to get replaced this week because I've been putting it off as long as I can. So yeah, I need to replace it. So I'm gonna look now. I think I found the one that I want, and I'm gonna see when I can collect it and see if I can collect it from a store near me on Sunday. So yeah, I just didn't pick up the camera again, and it's just been a bit of a chilly day, and the weather, and yeah, it just was a bit mad, so I never picked up the camera. So I've not too long been home. I feel genuinely okay. I'm hoping that the Herceptin by itself, I know I'm going to have a few side effects, but I'm hoping they're not on the level of what it was when it was with the chemo. I know that the Herceptin can cause painful joints and stuff, and I have experienced it, and I only seem to experience them really badly usually at the beginning of a new cycle. When I've had the Herceptin and the chemo, I used to feel the joint pain and everything really bad, to the point where it was like I felt like I was coming down with the flu for a couple of days. So I'm gonna see how I get on. I did feel sick earlier on today. I feel a lot better now that I've had a ginger tea. It's kind of settled my tummy, but we'll kind of see. We'll see how it goes. My numbness is still here, especially in my thumbs. They're really bad. My fingers seem like I'm getting some of that back, but my thumbs seem to be the worst. And my feet, my two big toes are, yeah, it's a wrap. I don't know about those. And my little one on my right hand side, so I need to keep an eye on that. But yeah, in other news, I can show you now. Let me see if I can show you. My PICC line's come out, which is great. Like, it was painful. I'm not going to lie to you. It was very, very painful removing, because the skin had started to, I think, kind of heal around it. Bearing in mind, I've had it in for the last 3 months. So when he had to take it out, oh my God, like it was painful for him to take the device out. And then he was like, deep breath, and he pulled out the line itself, and then it was the pain afterwards was yeah, it weren't fun. It wasn't fun. It seemed to be okay now, but even now when I touched the area, it is kind of sore, but it is what it is. It's out. I don't have to go every week now to get the dressing changed. I'm hoping it heals well. I'm going to leave it to let it heal over the next few days, and then I'm going to try and see if I can, once it's healed up, put some bio oil on it just to take away the scarring, because it is quite dark. You can see where it was. But yeah, I'm just grateful that it is, for me, that's the end of that chemo, of the intravenous chemo, which is great. And now it's to repair the damage that has been done to my healthy cells, and yeah, just rejuvenate and get myself feeling a little bit more well and a little bit more stronger, because I do feel, I'm not going to lie to you, I do feel very, very weak. And I don't feel like I can't even say myself, because I keep saying myself, but I don't think I'll ever be who I used to be or how I used to feel. I don't think I'll ever feel like that again, but just get my body into a much better position than it is at the moment, which is very tired, very weak, and not performing at my optimal best. I think that's probably the best way to say it. But anyway, I have rambled on enough. I'm gonna quickly catch up with my friend and just chill out this evening, because it has been a bit of a long day and my feet are killing me, even though I'm stood here talking to you guys. So I will see you hopefully in tomorrow's yeah, I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow, I think, if I'm feeling okay. If you don't see me, you know, it's gone left. Alright, I see you guys tomorrow.
The very next evening.
Morning, or it's not even morning, it is afternoon. I didn't even realize it was so late in the afternoon. It is now 20 to 5 in the afternoon, going into the evening. It's Sunday the 11th of August. I was going to take you guys with me, and I just got caught up doing some stuff. I went out with my mum to collect a printer. I had to order a new printer because the printer I've got right now, I'm not going to lie, I'm trying to think how long I've had it. I must have had that printer a good 6 or 7 years. And I think I paid, I want to say 30, it might have been even £40. It might have been something like $39.99 for it. It might have been about $39.99 or $29.99. It was somewhere in between those price ranges. And I've had it for about 6 or 7 years. And when I say that printer has printed a lot of stuff, it has printed, look, I can feel myself getting hot. It has printed a lot of stuff. I'm just going to turn the fan on because I am about to explode with the heat. Yeah, so it has printed work stuff, well, not work stuff, but Kyron's school stuff. It has printed my business stuff. Like, it has, when I say it has been printing, it has been printing. And it's also printing all my labels for my pack parcels and things like that. Like, this thing has done it. It has given me my £40 or £30 and then some. So the other day, or last year, I did a job for somebody, and it was struggling to take the card through, and I was like, do you know what, I'm gonna need to upgrade it. And then the other day I went to make some stickers, and the sticker paper I've got is now a little bit thicker than the old sticker paper I used to use, because it's a much better quality sticker paper, and it was struggling to pull that through. And I was just like, do you know what, I'm not gonna sit here fighting with you, printer. And also, you can hear it when it was coming through. You could hear the wheels or whatever it is that pulls it through was creaky. It's like, it's time to let it go. So I just went and got the printer, a new printer. So mum came with me because obviously I'm not driving at the moment, and there's no way other than taking a cab, which doesn't make sense. So mum went with me to go and get that, and I went to pick up a few things. I feel like I live in a supermarket at the moment, but because I'm eating a lot more fresh foods, like my cucumbers, tomatoes, fruit, they go very, very quickly. So I had to go and re-up on a few things to get me to the end, to next week, before she's back down and available to take me to do some food shopping. So I'm back now. I didn't actually realise it was so late. I didn't realise it was so late. So, oh, I know what I forgot to get. I was supposed to get some organic coconut oil. I might have to walk up in the week. And get some organic coconut oil. Yeah. Anyway, sidebar. So yeah, I was going to pick you guys up and catch up with you, and vlog today, but it just didn't happen. Yesterday was a bit of a tough day. I don't know, I think mentally I had a bit of a hard day. I was trying to write something, and I just couldn't write well. I don't even know how to describe it. And I know everyone's like, oh well, we use technology nowadays, but I've always prided myself on being able to still have great handwriting, even though I tend to type a lot of things. I don't write a lot. But yesterday I struggled to hold a pen. Yeah, it was a very odd feeling, and it got me quite upset, if I'm really honest. Because some of you may not know, I love to draw. So yeah, this has kind of hit me a little bit. My numbness isn't as bad as it's been. It feels like it's getting better, but I've got to find a way around it. It also could have been the type of pen I was holding. The pen I was holding was a P.I.C.C pen, and P.I.C.Cs have like panels. If you know the P.I.C.C pens, they have like panels on them, and I felt like I just couldn't. But then when I changed to a pen, let me see if I've got one I can show you. Oh, so there you go. I don't know if you can see it, but
P.I.C.C have like panels on them, and I think when I was trying to hold it, it just didn't feel right. So then I changed to another pen that was just circular and had no kind of panels on it, and I could write a bit better, but not back to. So I think I'm gonna have to probably, this is gonna sound really thick dumb, but I'm gonna have to really kind of retrain myself to write again. To be fair though, I haven't written anything in the last, I haven't really used the pen in the last probably couple of months, a few months, so this might be a reason. But I feel like I'm gonna have to start practicing my pen writing skills, because yeah, it was pretty bad. And it wasn't like I couldn't form my letters or anything, it was just not my handwriting. It doesn't even look like my handwriting, which is another scary thing. But that's something I'm going to sit down and do some research on, and see if there's any kind of sheets I can get that I can just print off and just kind of practice away, or just maybe I just need to start using my notepad and just write through it, and just repetitive every day, and retrain my hand and my muscles and my muscle memory. But yeah, I'm gonna sit and chill out. It's very, very hot today. It is, I want to say, what time is it? 28 degrees. It's 28 degrees today, and my house is kind of hot. Downstairs is warm, but I'm waiting for it to get a little bit cooler this evening, and then I can go and sit downstairs. But I not too long got in, so I'm just going to chill out. I've got a few things I need to do. I want to design a new either thank you sticker or something along those lines. Something motivational, something like an affirmation, just something cute that I can print, cut and give out my orders. I used to give away free stickers before. I haven't done it for a very long time, so I kind of want to do it again. So I want to design, and I kind of just want to like I said, memory muscle, just get back into drawing and stuff on a daily basis. And I'm going to try from Monday to try and set myself a target of 30 minutes a day, just sitting down drawing. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. I don't even want it to be like something that I'm going to use on products. I just want to do 30 solid minutes of drawing, and just get into the habit of drawing and writing and using my hands again in those ways. Because yeah, this neuropathy, I think they call it, or neuropathy, my god, I'm butchering that. But the numbness in my hands, I can deal with my feet, because I feel like my feet are kind of coming back. I've got my little toe feels a bit odd, but the bottom of my feet that I was getting is starting to come back. It's my hands that I am more concerned about, because we use our hands for a lot of things. So yeah, I'm just trying to deal with the things that are going on with my body. I had my Herceptin on Thursday. I haven't been too bad. I think Friday wasn't feeling great. I keep getting this funny taste on and off in my mouth. It seems to come and go. My joints were a little bit achy yesterday, but not as bad as they've been in the past, so I might be okay on this Herceptin. It may not be as bad as I thought it was going to be, which is great. But we will see. The last few days I felt like a tightening on my chest, which isn't great. It kind of feels like when you've got a cold, or yeah, it's been a weird feeling. I think if I don't feel much better tomorrow, I may have to phone the 24-hour line and just say to them, this is how I'm feeling, what do I need to do, and see what they say. They might tell me to book an appointment with my doctor. I don't know. They might try and get a call, or get my oncologist to call me. I don't know. But yeah, it's been worrying me, because my chest feels really tight, like if I've got phlegm or something, or mucus on my chest, and I can't and I need to bring it up and I can't. I don't even know how to describe it, so I'm a little bit concerned. But and I'm getting a cough now as well. I wasn't getting a cough before, but I'm getting a cough, a little bit of a tickly cough, dry cough. But yeah, we will see. I'm not feeling as bad as I have felt over the last how many weeks, which is great, but I don't think I'm at to 100% vitality at the moment, if that makes sense. I'm getting there slowly but surely, and I'm learning to rest. I'm learning to not do too much, because I have a habit of, oh, I feel a little bit better, let me do, and then a couple hours later I'm like, nope, sit down, because your body is showing you can't do that. Sit down. So yeah, we'll see. Tomorrow's supposed to be a shocker of a day. I think it's 30. My mum said 36. I don't know if it is, but I think it's supposed to be 33, possibly 36. I haven't got any plans for tomorrow. I gotta be careful. Just being out in the sun, because of my skin at the moment is still quite sensitive. So I'll wait and see. We'll see what this week holds. We'll see what happens. But I haven't got any hospital appointments, so I haven't got to be going up to the hospital until next week, Monday. Where I've got my planning appointment for my CT scan. Planning appointment for my radiotherapy. So yeah, we're nearly at the we're getting there. We're getting to the final stages of this journey. We're not quite there, but we're getting there. So yeah, let me chill out for the rest of the afternoon, and I will definitely catch up with you guys hopefully tomorrow.